The next thing is how to add text into the video timeline. Okay, so all you need to do to start adding text and formatting it is to come to the top left over here and you see effects. You just click on effects and you can see a bunch of things, the audio transition, video transition, and down here you have titles. You can check around for a preview. As you hover over any of the titles, you can see a preview of what it is going to look like. So you can see as you just hover over it, you will have an idea of what it is and what is going to add a preview of it in the canvas. So for example, you can have this simple text and you can have different kind of intros, lower thirds, and many more. You can see them over here. DaVinci Resolve has quite a lot of sample text that you can bring in and customize to your liking accordingly. Very nicely prepared. Okay, these are templates that you can use, lower thirds and all that. So let's say we want to take in this as an intro. I think I like this dark box. Okay, so let's say we want to take in this as an intro. All we need to do is to select it, drag it into the timeline, okay, and drop it just like so. And once we select it, we can come to the inspector tab over here and you will have access to the basic editings of this particular text that you brought in. Just like the normal text editing tools, for example, you'll be able to change the font style and all that. You can change the font style to anyone of your choice, and you'll be able to change the symbol. Do you want it light, regular, bold, extra bold, or light italic or italicized, and all that you can select directly. And you can change the color of the text by mere selection of this, and you have access to the color panel over here, and you can change it to any color of your choice. You can select, or you can just navigate around to be able to see a preview of how the coloration is going to look like. And I think white is actually doing a great job. You can navigate around to see sample text, other coloration that you can play around with. So once you select any, you can just click on OK, and that takes it as your sample. You can increase the size of the text over here if you so wish, and you can do some put some tracking if you want. You can increase or decrease the line spacing, put in emphasis, and play around with the positions as appropriate. You can use this X and Y axis to play around with the position, to increase it, move up or down accordingly. Down here you have the line coloration. This right now is set to blue. You can change the coloration to something else that can fit in your content. For example, this purple color might go, so you can say okay, and you can see you have changed it. You can change the green and the other features as well, because it's not purely purple. You can play around with the green, blue, and alpha and the other colors as well. So once you are certain you're done with this and you previewed and see that this is what you want, you can have a preview of it. Yeah, I think this is it, and I think it kind of looks fantastic. Even the exit looks cool. So you have the other option when it comes to the text. As here on the text, you have the other option like the settings. You can play around with the transform. In cases for you to use the transform is if you want to move the text away, or you want to change the position, or you want to move it to other places. You can zoom in and out. You can link and unlink the two of them, and you can change position, rotation, or they are about pitching, anchor points. You can change all that from here. You can do a lot of cropping, dynamic zooming if you want. Later on I will show you how to do dynamic zooming and other features of that sort. So you can bring in different text. You have compositions in each one. If you click, you will see the properties underneath. The dynamic zoom, if you enable it, you see the properties. The cropping, you can do cropping of the text thereabout. You can check and all that. So you are free to try it and see what you can do with this basic text. Within the video clip, you can be able to bring in other text as well. So you can bring in simple text or something like caption to be able to showcase what you are working on very professionally. So maybe at this point you may want to bring in this sample, something like this. All you need to do is simply drag and drop it on the timeline and define the selection. You can increase or decrease the length of the text as well if you so wish, okay, depending on how long or how far you want it to cover. So once you select the text, you can add different kind of features like I have highlighted. You can even add backgrounds and so on. So you can come over here, you can see front light controls, motion blur effects, and so on. You can see all of them over here. You can play around and edit accordingly. So another thing I want to show us is how to use the transform to move the text around, because right now if you try to move it without this basic control, it's not going to move. So all you need to do is, once you are on the text menu, you can come all the way here to this small arrow. You click on this small arrow, you select on transform, and once you select on transform, over here now you have it as a free tool. You will be able to move it around accordingly within the text, within the video clip. Okay, so you can change position directly, or you can move it to the top, or wherever you want to put it. So this is basically how to use the transform. You can even zoom in and out to change the sizing accordingly. So this is basically how to bring in text and play around with its properties. Remember, you have both 2D and 3D text. Once you come down here, you will see a lot of, you can have subtitles also if you want to add subtitles, and you can have 3D text as well if you want. So these are 3D text effects if you want to add. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.